Grandma, Radha, and Bunty. A story of quiet love, muddy paws, and second chances. By ChatGPT. Grandma never liked dogs. My grandmother, Radha, never liked dogs. She didn't hate them, she just didn't trust them. They bark at nothing, she would say. They smell, and they carry fleas. At 78, she was sharp as ever, with silver hair tied in a tight bun, a wooden stick to walk, and a cotton sari always neat and perfect. Her home was clean, her routines were fixed, and her rules were many. So, when I brought home a dirty, limping, hungry street dog named Maka, I wasn't expecting her to open her arms. Honestly, I was expecting a full war. The day Maka came, it was summer. The sun was hot, the roads were empty. I found Maka near a garbage bin, limping, half-starved, and scared. His fur was rough and patchy, his eyes were the softest brown I had ever seen. I gave him a biscuit. He followed me all the way home. When I opened the gate, he walked in like he had always lived there. He sat beside Grandma's flower pots and wagged his tail once. Grandma saw him and stopped dead. "Ouch," she said. "Just for one night?" I begged. "He's hurt. I'll keep him outside." She looked at the dog, then at me, then at the sky. One night, and not inside. Outside only. It was a start, a dog with rules. That first night, Maka slept in the veranda. I made him a little bed and gave him water and some leftover rice. Grandma watched through the window. "If he pees near my plants, he's gone," she warned. Over the next few days, Maka was quiet. He didn't bark, he didn't chew, he didn't chase anything. He just stayed near me or lay in the sundae. Slowly, Grandma noticed. "He's not like other dogs," she muttered one day. The next morning, I found her giving him a small piece of roti. "Just scraps," she said quickly. "I'm not getting attached." But I saw it. Something had begun to change. Rules began to break. Maka followed her everywhere like a small, silent shadow. She still scolded him. No licking, no jumping, no coming into the kitchen, but she started talking to him. "Why do you walk like a tired goat?" she'd ask. She gave him a nickname, Kala Daku, because of the black patch over one eye. He slept outside, near her chair. She said, "Only until it stops raining." But it never really did not in her heart. Quiet love one night, during a storm, Maka disappeared. Grandma didn't wait. She took an umbrella and came out with me to look for him. We found him under a cart, shivering. She picked him up, wet and dirty, and said, "No one leaves my house in a storm." That night, Maka slept near her bed. He never slept outside again. The years with Maka stayed with us for 10 years. He grew slower, whiter, quieter. So did Grandma. But they kept each other going. She fed him before herself. He waited outside the bathroom for her. When she was sad, he sat closer. When he was sick, she didn't sleep, but she still never said, "I love him." Instead, she said things like, "If anything happens to him, I'll break down." Which, for her, was the same thing. Lost Maka died one winter morning, peacefully, in his sleep, at her feet. Grandma sat beside him, holding his paw, not crying, just whispering things I couldn't hear. We buried him under the Golmohar tree. She placed his blanket there. She didn't eat much for days, but every morning she still looked at the spot where he used to sleep. The diary, a month later, I found a notebook in her cupboard. She had been writing thoughts. Maka waited for me, even when I was slow. He didn't ask for love, he earned it. I told myself I didn't love him, but I lied. She had written pages about fear, love, loss, and how dogs change people. I asked her why. She said, "Because no one ever told my kind of story." Then came Lolly. One day we heard crying near the gate, a small brown puppy, scared, shaking. I waited for Grandma to say no. Instead, she brought milk. "Just for tonight," she said. We named her Lolly. Lolly, the Hurricane Lolly, was wild. She bit slippers, chased butterflies, barked at everything. Grandma scolded her constantly, but she also laughed more. She stitched Lolly a blanket. She fed her mango pulp. One day, I saw her whisper to Lolly, "You're nothing like Maka, but I still like you." I smiled. She was doing it again, teaching me love. As I grew older, Grandma shared more. She told me how she lost a brother to illness, how she learned not to love too much, too fast, how she built walls so she wouldn't break. Maka broke those walls. Lolly made me laugh again. She looked at me. "You should learn earlier than I did. Don't wait until life teaches you the hard way." The fall one winter, Grandma fell in the kitchen and broke her wrist. She had to rest in bed. Lali lay beside her every moment, licking her fingers, sleeping by her side. When Grandma groaned in pain, Lali whimpered. "She's my nurse," she said. "She's Maka's student," I replied. Grandma smiled. "He'd be proud. Letters for after." A few months later, I found a letter addressed to me. "My dear, if I'm gone now, don't be sad for too long. I used to think love had to be quiet, polite, controlled. Maka taught me different. Lali reminded me joy isn't tidy. I love them both. I love you too, even if I didn't always say it right." Share this story. Let others know that love can come in strange shapes, dirty paws, broken legs, brown eyes, and that even old hearts can learn. Grandma. She left peacefully. Grandma passed away in her sleep one spring. Lali howled softly beside her bed. We buried her near Maka's tree, 2 stones side by side. Maka, you taught her to love. Radha. She learned even when it was hard. The legacy Lali still lives with me. She's older now, softer. Sometimes I think I see Maka's shadow in her eyes. Sometimes I hear Grandma in the way the wind brushes the veranda curtain. I keep her diary on my desk, and I've added one line to the end. Love is not always perfect, but if it's real, it stays, long after paws stop running and hearts stop beating.